Hey guys, back to the Gypsy Leo. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Hey, back. Hey, back. Hey guys, welcome back to the Gypsy Leo. Welcome back, welcome back. Hey, back. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm the Gypsy Leo if you're new here. And if you're returning, welcome back, my gypsy. I really did miss you. And you guys, today I wanted to talk to y'all about how I discovered that I am a seer and a healer. Now, you might be like, what in the world is she talking about? There are a lot of readers on YouTube, and shout out to all of my tarot readers out there, all of my intuitive readers. Shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome. I wanted to get on here and talk about how I discovered my gifts. Because I haven't seen too many people talk about their gifts. Like, people get on here and they self-proclaim themselves to have gifts. I mean, obviously, but they don't really talk about like how they figured out they had these gifts. So I wanted to sit down with you guys and get a little candid and share with you how I discovered that I'm a seer, aka I can see different scenarios. I can see past, present, and future energies. And I also am a healer. Anytime you come in contact with me in this realm, in this world, when you meet me, my vibration, my energy is a very healing energy. There's usually a reason why we've met each other, and there's a part of you essentially that I'm meant to heal. And I'm going to tell you how I discovered this. So we're going to get down to the basics, okay? So get comfortable, get cozy. I don't know what you guys do, have yourself some tea, get you a little smoky smoke. Shit, put me on while you're washing dishes. But if you're interested, I'm going to let you guys know. So I do have some notes here because I want it to be as accurate as possible. So if you guys see me looking down, just remember, I'm an earth angel, but I am still human, okay? Nonetheless, so y'all, if you didn't know, my background, like my family ancestry, we are of the Chickasaw Nation. And those are Native Americans who were here on this land before colonization, okay? When I was a little girl, I remember seeing like my great grandmother like around our home when I was young, like a tiny little baby. I remember seeing her, and my great grandmother literally, guys, looked like a damn Native American, okay? Like, she had very long braids that she kept braided down. She kept braided down her waist. Like, her hair was so long. I remember her hair being so long. And also, she would sit and like she loved to eat oatmeal. And at this time, I was a little baby, so I remember I have memories of eating oatmeal with her. Nonetheless, my family lineage is of the Chickasaw tribe. If you're not too familiar with that tribe, guys, definitely check us out. Okay, but essentially, my people, like my bloodline and my family, we have a very strong healing bloodline. Okay, a lot of my family lineage, they're connected to shamans. Like, they were the shamans of the tribes. Okay, so like the medicine men, like the the people that you went to for healing if you had an upset stomach or you felt as though you were being spiritually attacked. My family were the people that you went to. So with that being said, you get to my generation. Even though we're not practicing the shamanism in the same sense, okay, that energy is still in your lineage. So you're automatically going to naturally have those abilities. So when I say that I am a healer, I come from a bloodline of healers, okay? I'm not just making that shit up. So I wanted to break that down. Oh, and you guys, yeah, like we're called the Alakichi. The Alakichi. This is how you say healer in Chickasaw Native tongue. This is what we're called. Also, I do have the INFJ personality type, and what this is, I'll break it down for you guys. It's the introverted, intuitive, feeling and judging, an INFJ personality type. Only 1.5% of people have this personality type. And one of the key components to having this personality type is vision, like the ability of sight. The way that my brain is wired by me being an INFJ personality type, I literally have the ability to see certain scenarios or certain patterns that people who do not have the same brain wiring as I have wouldn't be able to see. Okay. It says people with this personality type are gifted with an unparalleled ability to emphasize with others. We possess an innate understanding of emotions. Okay. So, like, that is just how I'm wired. I can't help it. If you guys ever wanted to find out what your personality type is, definitely check out the Myers-Briggs personality type test. You would be so surprised as to how accurate those tests are, because we don't subscribe to shit, but we definitely enjoy knowledge, or at least I do. So that's just the basics, like that's just the core basics of me as a person, my family lineage, and also my physiology, my like genetic makeup and shit, how my brain functions. Already puts me at a whole. For a very long time I thought I was crazy, okay? And you know what? I actually just might be. So now that we have that out the way, so yeah, I wanted to break that down. So let's get into how the signs of how I knew, or how I became aware, or how I can even pinpoint these were signs of me being a seer or a healer. And I'm sure when I go through this list of things, guys, I'm sure that you'll have some relatability to me, because a lot of us possess certain abilities. This is what God put us here for. We are here to help each other heal on our journeys collectively. So once we understand that as a human race, as a humanity, as a collective, once we understand that we're all here for each other, we're all here to help each other, that's when we can create heaven on earth. So I'm just going to do my duties as one of God's angels and inspire you guys and encourage you guys by sharing my story and how I even got to this position to sit here and share it with you in the first place. Okay. But yeah, I remember first I wanted to talk about your senses: sight, taste, touch, and smell. These are going to be key components that I go over, of like how I've pinpointed what my abilities are, like how I knew I may have been just a little bit different. Okay. So the first one we're going to be speaking on, like, smells. I remember as a kid, y'all, like as a kid, when you're getting ready to go to school, your mom wakes you up and stuff, and she might be making coffee or just like breakfast, or the smell of the house and things of that nature. Or like I remember the smell of her curling iron when she would like curl her hair in the morning for work. Like she would be in the bathroom curling her hair and I would be in the bathroom brushing my teeth or like just getting ready for school. But I remember I could smell, like I can smell every single thing, like every smell to me like 100 times more than the smell. So in the morning, just like waking up in the morning and trying to like get my body started for the day, it would literally like overwhelm my body. Like my senses would get really overwhelmed. My heart would start beating really, really fast. I'll be like brushing my teeth and I'll pass out, or like I'll start to feel like I'm gonna pass out and my mom would have to like come and like fan me down in the bathroom because I would get like so overheated. Or like when I would get dressed for school, like putting on my clothes, I remember how like like the certain laundry smells on my shirt, just like a very hyper sensitivity to smells would literally cause me to pass out, or like overstimulation would cause my body to like pass out or feel like I'm gonna pass out, like anything that was super overly stimulating. Don't let it be a field trip that day for me to go to school, y'all. Like I would literally get so overly stimulated from excitement and like all of the things happening around me that I would literally pass out, or I would get so sick before the field trip. And this is not something that happened like every once in a while. This is something that happened literally on a consistent basis. And I remember I can look back on it now and understand it because I am so sensitive to energies. I am so sensitive to vibrations because I can pinpoint what it is that people are feeling, and I literally absorb those energies. So like all of the senses, the smells, all of that shit, my body was absorbing it, and I was so young I couldn't handle it, and I would literally pass the fuck out. So that is one of the signs of how I discovered that, hey, I might be just a little bit different. Um, yeah. Also, as a child, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about this one. As a child, adults often confided in me. I knew more than like what normal children would know. So like as a kid, when I would encounter adults, adults always felt super comfortable with me to express their true feeling. You know how when you're an adult and you're coming across kids, you're not gonna automatically tell a kid how you really feeling that day. You're not automatically gonna tell a kid, oh, well, you know what? I'm late on my light bill and my goddamn tire broke and all this extra shit. You're generally going to try to sugarcoat and, you know, oh, hey, I had a good day. You know how you treat kids. Well, with me, when I was a child, adults always felt super, super comfortable speaking to me about their problems, like telling me that I was so mature for my age, and like the advice that I give, I was so wise beyond my years, and like all of this shit. Like imagine a 7-year old being able to break down complex emotions. Okay, like I literally remember having deep conversations with adults as a child, but like giving them guidance. And this is why I say usually when you encounter me, it's for a reason of healing. So a lot of the adults that encountered me as a child, I was sent to them to heal some part of them. Okay, I figured that out. Ooh, sorry guys. um, let's see. Oh, another thing I wanted to talk about. This goes with touch. Touch, one of my senses, y'all. Like I remember being able to like my fingertips. I can feel like textures and things like very. My fingertips are very sensitive. Okay, and I remember being able to think pain away. If someone was complaining of a stomach ache as a child, like if my mom would go, oh, I don't feel good today, my back hurts. I wouldn't even say anything to my mom, and I would just imagine her pain in her back going away. And sometimes I'll go up to her and I'll like touch her, but she wouldn't know what I was doing. And really, I didn't even really know what I was doing as a kid. I just understood that I had these feelings of this is what I need to be doing. So she'll complain of a backache, and I'll be thinking in my head, playing with my Barbies or whatever the hell I was doing at that point. I'll be thinking, oh, I want my mom's back pain to go away. I'm imagining her damn back pain to go away as a kid. And long and behold, a few hours later, my mom would come and she'll be functioning fine, like her back pain will go away or whatever issue or ailment will go away. And I remember thinking like, that's weird. But as a kid, you are open to more possibilities. So as a kid, it just was like, well, duh, it worked, and I would just go back to doing whatever I was doing. But I remember having those feelings to do things like that. And it wasn't just one designated situation. Like I said, I have had multiple experiences with people, even the elderly people. Like, you guys, I'll be in Walmart. Elderly people love talking to me, okay? Like, elderly people will come out of their way to ask me if I could read something on a box for them or if I could get something off the shelf for them. And even up until this day now, y'all, when I touch, like, I'm very selective now with my touch because I realize that it is so powerful. But even now, people that I encounter, the elderly, I'll touch their hands, and I'm literally sending healing energy to the people that I encounter. Like, as I'm touching them, I am in my head sending them healing positive vibrations, and you can literally physically see the energy on them, if that makes sense, y'all. So like, and then I attract it. Like, people, elderly people are attracted to me, children are attracted to me. It kind of gets a little bit exhausting, but in a way I understand now. I get it. When I was younger, it would irritate the shit out of me because I always had a lot of attention and I did not want attention, but people just naturally was attracted to me. But the older that I get and the more understanding that I have and the more faith and belief and like just more of a relationship that I have with God, a more of an understanding that I have as to what it is that he sent me here for, and it's to heal. Okay. So yeah, I wanted to share that. Yeah. Oh, I wrote down, guys. I wrote down that I love the feeling of soft things. Like, you know how you'll be in a store and they have like soft stuffed animals or plushies or things of that nature. Like, I love like rubbing my hands across the softness because my fingertips are like super sensitive. Like, I can feel feels. If that makes sense, y'all. I can feel feels. That's one of the ways that I realize that I'm a damn healer, is the sensitivity that I have to feels. Yeah. Oh, this is a doozy one. This is another what I've learned being a healer as well, y'all, is I've really had to learn how to control my sexual energy, okay? As a healer, as a person, as someone who operates on a higher frequency, you often, y'all, your sexual encounters are more impactful than those who are not as high vibrational, if that makes sense. So you have to be very careful about who you allow your sexual energy with who you give that energy to, because essentially people become obsessed. And y'all, I did not understand that at all. Like, I didn't understand why when I would get into relationships with people, especially sexual relationships with people, y'all, they would go crazy. People would lose their minds, y'all. And I'm not talking about in a sense of like, oh, I can't live without you, I don't want to be without you type of lose their mind. No, they will lose their mind in a sense of like, hey, what you doing? Who you with? Like, I see that it's 6:03 and I called you 3 times already and you ain't pick up the damn phone. It's that type of lose their mind, okay? When before everything was, cool, normal. It was a normal, healthy responses. Um, yeah, I put um before I understand who I was, I attracted depleted lovers who became infatuated with my sex. The anointing is what I call it. Uh, I confuse their infatuation for love. I mean, essentially, why wouldn't a crackhead take a piece of crack if you're offering it to them? You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck, if you like crack, who gonna pass up some crack? If you a sex addict, who gonna pass up some sex? You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, and on top of that, y'all, like all genders, okay? Like I have the ability to like have this with both genders, men and women. I've had experiences with both genders, and both genders go batshit crazy, okay? And I know y'all probably like, because if it was me looking at me, I would be like, but y'all, when you functioning on a higher frequency, and I know you understand this because you're in my collective, you're resonating with me, you're watching this video, people lose their minds. It's like, all I can say is like somebody who drink water, only drink water, dealing with a person who only puts water in their body, and dealing with somebody who drinks soda, who only drinks soda. You're gonna be able to tell the difference, okay? What else did I write? Oh, y'all, I wanted to talk about how I be having these I be having these flashbacks of like one of my past lives that I had. And this happens a lot when I'm dreaming, or like when I'm at a restful state, like just sitting. I can get like flashes or images of shit that I did in lifetimes ago. And one of my lifetimes, I was one of the damn oracles of a village, all right? And we would do these rituals during the moon cycles, and it involved like orgies, but like people who were sick or in need or wanting a blessing would watch me perform, and just simply by watching me perform would get some sort of healing, some sort of anointing. Like I have visions of this. So you know how you feel a memory? I can feel this memory even though I'm 34 years. Y'all know that I wasn't in no damn village back in the day on all of this shit. But I have the feeling that I have this memory, okay? Like that's how it feels. That's the best way that I can describe it to you. Essentially, my energy, my sexual energy, since I am a healer, if I tap into my sexual energies, that is the quickest way of healing, okay? That's why a lot of people enjoy having sex with me. My partners enjoy that because it's a quick way of healing. And that's another thing y'all need to realize when you are encountering people. It's a real spiritual energy exchange, okay? So the person that you lay with, you become, okay? That's all I'm gonna say on that. But that's one of the ways that I realize that I am a healer, is a lot of my lovers become obsessed, okay? I don't want to toot my own horn. I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot toot, okay? But yeah, um what else? Oh yeah, I've already spoke about the elderly people being attracted to me. Children are attracted to me, you guys. Like I don't care if it's a little baby in a store or a little, matter of fact, I was roller skating the other day. I was putting my skates on, getting ready to go roller skating. And there was a little toddler walking with his dad to the car. This toddler made a beeline over to me, and I'm sure it's because I have like skates on. Like, what little kid wouldn't love skates? But the way this little toddler ran up to me as if like, hey, I knew, we've been talking, I know you. Like, this little boy ran up to me like he knew me. He had no fear of me at all. And this happens all the time, y'all. When there's a child around, a child will say hi to me. A child will look at me. A child will make some type of action towards me. Okay, like you tend to attract the elderly and the young because they're at a higher frequency than us in the middle. In the middle, we're more corrupt. The middle ages are more corrupt. um oh, and with that, animals as well, y'all. Whew, I'm starting to get hot. But animals as well, that's another way that you can tell if you are a healer, because you will attract a lot of animals, you'll attract a lot of children, and you'll also attract the elderly. um oh, I wanted to talk about my sight as well, my ability to see. That plays a lot into my INFJ personality type. The INFJ personality type, guys, we have the ability to see patterns very easily, okay? So when we are talking and having conversations, we pick up on patterns that people wouldn't normally pick up on. And it's predictive patterns. So, like, if you do one thing or you say one thing to me, the way that my brain is wired, I can already predict like a bunch of your movements. Like, I can predict if you thought this, and did that, or this, and did that. And I've already like put that shit in my head and came to a conclusion and a path and an understanding before you even chose the direction that you were trying to go in. And y'all, the way that this manifests in my life is like, a lot of people enjoy speaking to me. A lot of people enjoy getting my advice, like close friends or just people in generally. Honestly, guys, it's not really people that I have long lasting relationships with. Mostly a lot, just anybody feels comfortable to express things to me because of how I listen to their words, like how I hear their words and I know they're going to react. Usually my response is based off of how I'm trying to explain this shit the best way that I can. Based off of how they act, guys, like how you respond to things, it determines my response. And usually my response is to help motivate and uplift you, okay? Like, say you're having a issue with your boyfriend or something, like you're going through a relationship problem and you come and ask me for advice. I'm going to hear you. I'm going to hear what you're saying and cultivate the advice where it benefits you based off of how I know you would move in the situation, if that makes sense. Oh, yeah, we're complex. So this is what I wrote for sight, okay? I'm going to just read what I wrote. I put, y'all remember that show, That's So Raven? That's so Raven, here's the future I can see. That's so Raven. And she would be like that. Anyways, I put, imagine That's So Raven, but less dramatic. The universe talks to me all the time. I can see a flash of events before it happens. I also know when someone's going to call or text. Like, I just have this inkling, like, in my, like, deep down inside. Like, I'll be like, I bet you that's this person. And it literally will be that person. Or I'll have a flash of something happening, like like a car accident, and I don't it's not predictive, it's like a feeling though. Like I'll be like driving on the road and I'll go, damn, I can see the traffic slowing down. Like I'll pick up a pattern of the traffic slowing down and it'll trigger my thought to go, I bet you there's a car accident a bunch of blocks up the road. But then I'll forget about the thought. And then I'll get a bunch of blocks up the road and there's a damn car accident. So it'll be like situations that happen like that. And I really do think it ties into the type of personality type that I have, the way that my brain is set up. We're set up to recognize patterns. So by me having the ability to recognize patterns is kind of like predictive ability, like seeing into the future, if you will. So, so yeah, guys, I kind of just wanted to break down how I discovered that I am a healer and a seer. If you're new to my channel, I do a lot of tarot readings. Well, I call them divinely guided messages because essentially we're talking to God, baby. The cards are just a tool. And also, I promote authenticity. It does not matter how you look, how you dress, what people appear or think you are, what they feel like you are. All that matters is your morality, your principles, and your morals and what you follow. The proof is in the action, and that's what my channel is about. I can get on here looking any kind of way, but what am I talking about? But yeah, so I wanted to break down or have a one-on-one with you guys to kind of share and help you understand how I discovered that I'm a self-proclaimed healer and a self-proclaimed seer, and give you some of the some of the things that I've come up with, and maybe you guys can relate to this. Maybe you've had some experiences growing up in your life where you were like, I might be a little bit different. Or matter of fact, in the comments, y'all leave me some comments and let me know what type of abilities you have, because we all have our own unique special gifts that God has blessed us with, and we're literally meant to share those gifts with each other, to use those gifts with each other to help uplift and motivate, so that way we can create a better world, you guys. So please, please, please share with me some of your gifts that you've been blessed with. And I really do hope that this video was inspiring. I hope that this video helps you guys feel a little bit less weird if you're relating to me. And yeah, like, I'll see you in the future. Bye.